Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Bible Q&A. Today we're discussing, should Christians consume alcoholic drinks? Many cultures and religions disagree on what to do with alcohol because of its intoxicating effects. Some allow all kinds of drinking, others allow drinking but ban getting drunk, and still others prohibit all alcoholic beverages entirely. However, the Bible is perfectly clear on the issue. It is perfectly okay to drink alcohol as Christians. Many righteous people have done it in the Bible. In Genesis chapter 27 verse 25, Isaac drank the wine that Jacob gave to him, and in Nehemiah chapter 8 verse 10, Nehemiah invited the Israelites to feast and drink on a certain Jewish holiday. St. Paul even told Timothy to drink for his health in 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 23. Drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake and thine often infirmities. Plus, the Bible makes it clear that alcoholic beverages are a gift from God, like any other good thing. Here's what the psalmist said about God's creation. He causeth the grass to grow for the cattle, and herb for the service of man, that he may bring forth food out of the earth, and wine that maketh glad the heart of man, and oil to make his face to shine, and bread which strengtheneth man's heart. Psalms chapter 104 verses 14 and 15. God even compares the arrival of his kingdom to fine wine in Isaiah chapter 25 verse 6. No, the only reason we should be wary of drinking is its potential to make us drunk. St. Paul told us, "And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit." Ephesians chapter 5 verse 18. Noah was one of the most righteous people on earth, but intoxication left him splayed in his tent, buck naked, in Genesis chapter 9 verses 20 to 21. One reason we should avoid intoxication is that it can expose us to danger. In Genesis chapter 19 verses 31 to 35, Lot's daughters had sex with their father so they could have children, and in 1 Kings chapter 16 verses 8 to 10, Zimri killed King Elah when he was drinking in the house of his steward. More importantly, repeated drunkenness will prevent us from entering God's kingdom, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 10. Plus, even if it doesn't make us fall prey to sinners or commit sin ourselves, intoxication can seriously harm our future success. Another proverb says, "Who hath woe? Who hath sorrow? Who hath contentions? Who hath babbling? Who hath wounds without cause? Who hath redness of eyes? They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine." Proverbs chapter 23 verses 29 to 30. Drunkenness makes you feel that the only solution to your troubles is to continue drinking rather than stop. We have to make sure that we aren't weakened by wine because Christianity portrays its followers as soldiers fighting the Lord's battles. Timothy was told, "Thou therefore endure hardness, as a good soldier of Jesus Christ." 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 3. We don't want the enemy to find a gap in our defenses, like drunkenness, that might lead us to surrender to his forces. Another reason we shouldn't be getting drunk is that it makes us forget God's law. King Lemuel was told, "It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law, and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted." Proverbs chapter 31 verses 4 to 5. Lemuel's mother wasn't actually telling him to abstain from wine, because wine itself doesn't lead to sin, but she was saying that intoxication shuts off our sense of reason. Thus, my advice is that we should try to not only drink moderately, but live life moderately in general. Even good things like honey can be harmful if consumed in excess. As Proverbs said, "Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith, and vomit it." Proverbs chapter 25 verse 16. Also, knowing when to stop is a sign that someone has self-control, which is crucial to proper spiritual development according to verse 28, as well as physical development according to Proverbs chapter 23 verses 20 to 21. This self-control will end up helping us when we are running the race of salvation. As the author of Hebrews said, "Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight, and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2. Without self-control, you might not finish the race or even start running at all. And that is where I'm going to stop with this Bible Q&A. Should Christians consume alcoholic drinks? They can, but they have to make sure they don't get drunk, because drunkenness prevents us from understanding God's will and following it. Thank you for listening! Don't forget to like and subscribe!